And here we go then. Fuck it. This is like take 3 or 4, take 3. I don't give a shit. Let's do this. Eric Harrison from the Death Twitch. Welcome to the Drunkentary. We're going to be getting wasted and watching Halloween H20 or Halloween H20, however the fuck you want to say it. Welcome to the show, everybody. Okay, so so let's talk about all the stuff that the disclaimers in the beginning. We got disclaimers. First of all, there's like a big ass concert going on down the street. So if you hear some shit in the background, it's that. I don't know who it is. I don't know who's playing. But it's funny too because I've been sitting here for a while, right, preparing for this, getting everything ready for a while. Nothing. Perfect silence. And then I'm like about to push record and bum 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 bum. It's just bullshit. So in the meantime, I've been trying to do takes and I was fucking up, and then I was like, screw this, and I went and did a beer bong. So now I'm back and I've had a few beers and a beer bong. I'm already well on my way to being drunk in this drunkentary. Won't you join me? That was my disclaimer, is that if you hear some bullshit in the background, there's some kind of concert going on outside. But oh yeah, when we were supposed to talk about what we're drinking, and I'm drinking something called Hamm's, America's classic premium beer, born in the land of sky blue waters. It's good too. And I'd never heard of it before. I was out to dinner with the folks yesterday, and I said, "Hey, discovered this new beer. It's called Hamm's," and they're like, "Holy shit, that's what they used to have when I was a teen." So apparently, it's not new. Been around a while. And in fact, it says since 1865 on the can. Anyway, we're fucking missing the movie while I'm busy talking about concerts and beer. And I'm just going to plow through that. I don't give a shit what comes next. Going to be a fucking atomic bomb goes off outside. I'm going to stick with this damn thing and watch this movie with you guys. You can tell I'm buzzing. All right. Look, we got a very young Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We've got the character Marion Withington is back, which is way cool, from Halloween's 1 and 2, and now Halloween H20. Joseph Gordon, man, I remember his ass from Third Rock from the Sun. I wasn't a real regular viewer of the show, but I would catch it once in a while, and then he was in this movie, and then he kind of dropped off the map for a while. I believe he went to like university, and then he got back into movies. Now he's a big old star. This movie was directed by Steve Miner, came out in 1998. I believe commissioned by Jamie Lee Curtis is what I've heard in the interviews. She was like, the 20th anniversary is coming up, let's do something. Man, I was motherfucking pumped when this movie came out. I was pumped when I saw it. Dude, I was so excited because I'm such a huge Halloween fan. And this was 98. The last one we had was The Curse of Michael Myers in 1995. I didn't really think they were going to make any more. I didn't think they would. And this was before remakes became a fucking thing. This was before remakes were every movie that comes out. So that wasn't something that was on people's minds back then. It wasn't like, we'll eventually see a remake and then a whole new series or anything like that. I really was like, okay, they're probably done. Like, that was it. That was all the Halloweens we're going to get. And I was fine with that. But saw the previews for Halloween H20. Oh my God, I think I got a boner. Watch this right here. He opens why is there lights on in the fridge if the power's out? Oh, sorry. Called you out. Called you out, Steve Miner. Oh yeah, did I mention that this movie was directed by Steve Miner, who also directed Friday the 13th 2 and Friday the 13th 3. And Lake Placid. He directed Lake Placid like right after this movie. I've seen this movie so many times. This is a beloved movie for me. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people. The general consensus seems to be that people like this movie. You've got your some contrarians out there that are like, it's too much like Scream. I don't like it. And then I punch them in the face and say, "Yo, mom says hi." But I love this movie. It's very beloved by me because it came out, I don't know, at the prime time in my life. And not to mention, I took LSD and went to see it for the second time that I went to see it at the theater. So that left a huge impression on me. Definitely made this an unforgettable movie for me. And we'll definitely be talking about that over the course of the Drunkentary. The Drunkentary over here. Speaking of drinking, I'm going to drink right now. Not that I need any more. I just did a beer bong. Or a beer funnel for some of you folks that decided to call it something else. What are you fools drinking over there? Better be something good. I'm gonna crawl through the screen and kick your ass. I'm so surly because I've had a few already. It's gonna be extra Drunkentary. Oh, Donald Pleasance, rest in peace, yo. I really think, this movie had some issues. They unfortunately had production issues and stuff like that, and mask issues, which is really my biggest complaint about the movie, I think, is the masks. But way to go for actually, throughout all the trouble, pulling out a decent movie. Thank you to Jamie Lee Curtis. Ooh, there's Mikey. Looking creepy back there in the background the way he should be. Just kind of out of focus and blurry in the dark background. That's the way we want to see the shape, or at least that's how I want to see him. Keep the mystery and make it extra creepy. As I was saying, I want to thank Jamie Lee Curtis for coming back and reprising her role, and I thank Steve Miner for I like his movies, dude. I really do. I like his style. Guy knows how to make a popcorn flick. And that's what this one is. It is a popcorn flick. It's a thriller. It's kind of more of a thriller than a horror movie, in a sense. So first time sitting in the theater, I remember at this point I was like, that's not the Halloween music. What the hell is this shit? And I was kind of getting uptight. I was like a little bit uptight. I was like, what the fuck was that music? That wasn't Halloween music. And then he cuts her throat and the movie title sequence begins, and I was just like, okay, I'm all in on this one. I'm all in. Look at a fucking hockey skate to the face. Who the hell thinks of that shit? I like that she just discovers their bodies, but we never saw what happened to them. We never know. It's left up to the imagination. That's pretty cool. This part right here, he grabs his knife. He's so fucking calm and collected about it. He's just all cash. See, this is what he does. No biggie. Look at this. Silhouette Mike in the dark. You barely see him. That's the shape. That's how you show Michael Myers. Let him be the boogeyman. Let him be kind of mysterious in the shadows and shit. Don't put his ass out in the fucking light, just straight in front of the camera, like a lot of the sequels did. Okay, let me put the Drunkentary away. Let's put the Drunkentary away. I thought I got all that out with the last one. Come on, Mary. You can do it. Oh, come on, Mary. Jump through the window. Oh, you got mic'd. You got, what does that even mean? That's the way he says it. That's the way Michael thinks of it. You got mic'd. Or maybe it's you got mired. I like that better. Bitch just got mired. I like it, actually. I'm gonna stick with that one now. Remember how Michael Myers drives? Isn't that crazy? I think that's cool. I think it's way cool that he knows how to drive. Alrighty. I've checked out this spot on Google Earth. They're actually right on a cul-de-sac. It ends right to the right of the frame. Just right over there to the right is where the cul-de-sac ends. Never been there, just virtually been there. I like this too right here, where they're trying to talk about, yeah, he may be old, but fuck it, he can still kill. He's not that old. It's only 20 years later. And he was 21 in the original. So what? He's 41. That ain't too old to be killing people. 40's the new 20. So killing ain't no problem. Right here, the door closes. It's about to close, and then it's going to be thunder. It's going to say Dimension Films. I'm telling you what you're about to see. Kabam. There it is. I love the sound of that thunder rolling. I don't know why. So here's some tidbit. I know a lot of people are going to be like, you're a dumbass. And you could go ahead and put that right in the comment right now. I know you want to. It took me forever to figure out that this voiceover was not actually Donald Pleasance. It's somebody else. I just thought they had leftover like other takes and they used that to make this voiceover. I didn't know it was some other guy. I'm sorry. Now I'm defensive. Now that I know, I can totally hear it. But I know, I'm sorry to say that for a very long time, I really just assumed that they must have used like some other takes. They had extra takes of him saying this speech, so. The thing is, why did they even need to use another guy? Couldn't they have just taken it straight out of the original movie? He just says the same shit, right? Right? I mean, come on. Couldn't they have just used the audio from the original? I mean, come on. Look at all these newspaper clippings. Michael's been busy. He was even killing in Iowa. What the hell's he doing killing in Iowa? What's in Iowa? When did that happen? Did I miss that movie? Oh my God. I love this movie. It takes me back to being like 18 years old. Oh, Patrick Lussier, he was on board to direct the Halloween 3D movie that never happened. That fucking movie, Halloween 3D, Halloween Returns, or whatever the hell they're going to call it now. Hope that shit dies in development hell, unless they get back to basics. But let's not go down that road. I promised it wouldn't be a rant and Terry. Well, I didn't actually say I promise. I'm just, I guess I could. I could bust out a rant at any moment. But I'm going to try not to, because this movie's too cool to be angry. That's what I'm saying. So, what are you guys drinking? I already asked you that. And then I threatened to punch you. I'm sorry. I'm already drunk. Usually that happens throughout the Drunkentary. Only once in a while do I start it already drunk. Well, fuck it. If you're going to do something, do it right. So, yeah, Halloween H20. It disregards Halloween's 3 through 6. The Halloween timeline is such a fucking mess. I can't blame them. Even with the script that I was writing, I ignored all the sequels after part 2. And I almost even want to ignore part 2, even as much as I like it. It was the problem with the whole Halloween series was, first of all, there shouldn't have been sequels. It's such a good movie; it should have just been left alone. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "What, are you crazy?" No, I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little bit of a purist in that sense. I mean, I still like me some of the sequels. This one being a good example. But I'm going to stick by that. I think the movie was so good, it should have been left alone. The biggest problem that came into the movie was when John Carpenter decided to make Michael Myers and Laurie Strode brother and sister. But even then, he wrapped that up at the end of Halloween 2 by blowing Michael up, and ending that storyline. So in Halloween 4, when they finally decided to come bring it all back, they of course they felt the need to try and continue the original storyline. So now it's like, oh, now she had a daughter, but she died in a car accident or something. So now her daughter's being stalked by Michael. I like part 4, don't get me wrong, and I sort of like part 5, but they should have really just been like, hey, if we're going to do another one, let's just make a Michael Myers stalks somebody and kills them. That's what the original was. In the original Halloween, there was no family relation. There was no motivation. Michael Myers was just a fucking crazy evil dude, or kid, and then dude, and he killed some teens. And there was no he was stalking his sister. None of that shit. Take it back to basics. You know what I mean? That's what Part 4 should have done. That's what all the sequels should do. I don't know. It's the fact that they're trying to have like a timeline that is what makes it a mess. And here I am ranting. All right, fuck it. It's gonna be a half Drunkentary, okay? Half Drunkentary, half celebration. I'm just very passionate about Halloween. Damn it. That's all. So sue me. Should I say the typical things that I say every Drunkentary about how it's really fucking hot? I put on a wet shirt to keep me cool, and it's almost dry already, dude. Oh, good God. Okay. No more rants. No more complaining. Let's enjoy this movie. So, she's in California now. She moved to California, which is great because that's always what I was always saying, and all my other Drunkentaries about people like staying in Haddonfield. At least she was smart enough to get the fuck out. She should have went to another country though. I don't think. I mean, Michael drives across the whole country in one night with one tank of gas. Okay. Calling bullshit there, but if you're in like North America, Michael's gonna find you. You need to get out of the country. Get the fuck out. Go to Antarctica or some shit. Seriously, go to Japan. I'm not joking. You want to get away from Michael? Get out of North America. That's your only chance. That dude that we just saw, he was in Jumanji. There's your trivia. Oh, look at, there's Mike. She's pooing. She closed her eyes and she's pooing. It's like, damn Activia. Between Activia and Michael Myers, I can't keep my fucking underwear clean. It's like, I gotta go change. Damn it. Yeah, that would be a bummer to like survive that and always have this fucking mental scar of seeing Michael Myers. I mean, I sort of know what it's like because I took LSD and seen this movie in the theater. All right, we should probably talk about that. All right, so what happened was my good friend Dustin, shout out to El Dustino. Me and him were huge Halloween fans. In fact, everybody I knew at the time, we were all huge Halloween fans. My girlfriend, my friends, everybody. Halloween H20 came out, and I was fucking pumped, pumped. But he was out of town. He was in Phoenix, and I was in Prescott. So I went to see it with my girlfriend and a few of our friends, mutual friends. I loved it, dude. Seriously did. And then my friend Dustin, he's seen it with like his sister, but he was my best friend. So once he came back into town, we were like, dude, let's go see Halloween again. Let's go see Halloween H2O. We didn't get to see it together. And then I was like, yeah, but not just that. Let's go drop some acid and watch Halloween H2O. So we walked downtown, and then within like 7 minutes, somebody came up and was like, hey, you want some acid? This was back in the day, man, when something like LSD and acid was definitely much more in circulation. And in the particular town that we lived in, at the time, probably not the case anymore, but at the time, it was just like I just said. You just show up downtown and somebody will walk up and offer you some drugs. And it happened real quick. So we're like, yeah, that's exactly what we need. I want to say we had 2 hits each of some blotter paper acid that I didn't think was going to be very good. But that's what we got. And the movie showing was coming up, so we weren't going to stick around and try and find something better or whatever. So we got that. We walked back to the house, dropped it, got us a ride by this old dude in a van. It was like his mom's friend. Gave us a ride to the theater. On the way to the theater, we stopped at a gas station, and he's pumping the gas, and I look over out the window, and on the freeway, right next to the gas station, there's a car in the middle of the freeway on fire. And I was like, am I tripping? Like, I mean, I know I'm tripping, but am I tripping? Like, is that happening? Turns out, yeah, it was. I don't know what the deal was, but some guy's car was on fire on the freeway. And I was like, holy shit. All right, so we get to the theater, we're in line, we get our tickets, and I go inside, and the acid is kicking in hardcore, like I'm feeling it. I thought it was going to be weak. Turns out it was pretty fucking strong. So immediately, me and him, we went into the bathroom to try and like get away from the crowd because we were starting to trip and freak out a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. We better get in there and get our seats while we can still function. So we went in and got our seats and just kind of like curled up in our seats and we had the craziest experience for a while watching Halloween H20 and watching Michael look like he's coming out of the screen, and I'm flipping out and seeing him walking up and down the aisles and shit, and yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. And then looking over at my friend Dustin, and he had seen like how far gone he was, and I was like, oh shit, dude, we're fucked up. It was so intense. And then the movie was over, and we're still fucking frying. And we'll walk down to Target. We're walking through Target, tripping balls. One of the employees was like, can we help you? And I was like, no, and then ran away. And then we got a ride back to the house, and he went to his house, and he had to be alone. And I went to my house with my girlfriend. Oh, wait, no, first of all, I had to go walk and pick her up, like, because we didn't have cars back then. We just didn't have cars. We walked all over town. So I was tripping in the middle of the night after seeing Michael Myers and Halloween H20, walking through town in the middle of fucking night to pick up my girlfriend, walk her ass back to the house. Dude, it was scary as shit. And I proceeded to have very interesting, creative nightmares about Michael Myers for the next 2.5 to 3 years. Worth it. I'm just saying. I didn't go into that thinking, oh, this won't be no big deal. I knew it would be, and that's why I did it. I wanted it to be a crazy fucking experience, and it was. And I have no regrets. No regrets. I'm not condoning drug use or anything. I definitely don't recommend anyone else do that. But I knew what I was getting into, and I have no regrets about it at all. On another note, I went to see the movie Signs on mushrooms with some of my friends, and it was so fucking boring that we walked out. So, if you're going to do drugs and watch movies, pick a good movie, because that shit was boring. We were like, this sucks. Let's fucking leave. I know. You're like, Eric, you're a retard. Hey, don't judge me. All right? I like horror, and I wanted to amplify the experience, okay? That's exactly what happened. And I had so many crazy dreams about being stalked by Michael Myers that I feel like I can testify to knowing what it's actually like. Because it went on for years. I may have done a little bit of permanent damage there. Whatever. A little bit of psychological damage. It's all good. Like I said, don't try this at home. That's all I'm saying. Leave it to me, okay? Let me do the crazy shit. You guys just listen to my stories. That's what I'm here for. I'm always looking out for you. Oh, here comes LL. Goddamn LL Cool J. Why is he in this movie? I'm not a big fan of this dude. I'm sure he's a fine individual. I actually prefer Busta Rhymes, but I don't prefer Busta Rhymes' character in Halloween. That's not even making sense. Just leave the rappers out of Halloween movies. How about that? LL lip licking Cool J. Take a drink every time he licks his lips. You'll be wasted in no time. Seriously, why is he in this movie? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. They were trying to see he's licking his fucking lips. I guess they were trying to catch a wider audience. Let's go for the urban audience or something. Let's go for the rapping audience. I don't know. Should have been Alice Cooper or some fucking badass rock star. You know what I'm saying? Should have been Marilyn Manson up in there. Because horror, like rock, metal, and horror are all way, as far as I'm concerned, way more like closely associated than like rap and horror. Although there is like gore rap, horror rap. That's out there. There was even that movie Tales from the Hood. So they tried to make that a thing. But in my mind, I always felt like heavy metal and horror had more in common than anything. So if you're gonna have you gotta have a musician cameo, make it Alice Cooper, man. That would have been so awesome. Imagine how much shit that would have made the movie creepier. Having Alice Cooper in there. Stop looking at the camera. Ella, you bastard. You're not an actor. Go back to rapping. That's right. I'm calling him out. He'll probably threaten me on Twitter now or some shit. Somebody will tell, hey, did you hear about this Eric dude called you out in Halloween H2O? He's going to be like, oh, after I'm done licking my lips, I'm going to kick his ass. Like, woo, well, then I should be safe because he's never done licking his lips. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad I started this already drunk. Man, oh man. Look at him trick or treat throughout town. That's the same group of kids she was just looking at across the street. Here comes get ready to poo. Here comes a plop. She just filled her pants. She's like, God damn it. Again? I just changed. Every time I look at a reflection, she should just avoid windows. If she sees Michael in the reflection every time. You know, that's a fairly good point. Just stop looking in windows. Stop looking in and out of windows. And avoid mirrors. I think that's the best course of action here. This guy, his name is Alan Arkin, I believe. And I couldn't tell you anything else he's been in. I really don't know. Oh, you know what though? I did bring some tissues for my sniffle problem. So I'm going to take care of my sniffles. Here we go. Okay then. I think the concert may have died down. It sounds a little bit quieter. Yeah, so she's all fucked up from her experience. And in 78 with the shape, and that's totally understandable. I'd be fucked up too. Like I said, I would have went to Antarctica and then probably ultimately just hung myself. I would not, because imagine that. First of all, living through the events of the first movie, that's bad enough. That wasn't, like, she didn't even know, you know, She was kind of creeped out by seeing some dude, but you know, at the end of the movie, what takes place is only a matter of 12 to 14 minutes. But then, because of Halloween 2, the terror goes on all night long, and even when she's at the hospital, in a public place, she's not safe. And fucking Michael came and killed the whole hospital. He killed the whole hospital, even the babies. Oh, those poor babies. And then, so yeah, I'd be absolutely psychologically damaged after that. Look, she drank. We should probably drink too. She's got the spirit. Lori's got the spirit. So are these kids. Everybody knows it's all about the drank. This was Josh Hartnett's first movie. And then came The Faculty, and then all sorts of BS after that. Busted. Dude, look at him. He's afraid. I would be too. I've kind of been. I think I've been in that position before. Something similar to that. Dude, Lori dropped the F-bomb. She dropped it right on him. They have like the same haircut. They have the exact same haircut. Like mother, like son, I guess. Why do they have the same haircut? I'm really curious about this. Now he's got to put the smack down on his mom. Why don't you take some more pills, Mom? Drink some more fucking wine, Mom. Michael Myers is dead. How wrong are you? He finally stands up to his mom and he's way wrong. Still, though, what the hell did Michael do for 20 years? What was he up to for 20 years if none of the sequels besides after 2, if none of the sequels after part 2 happened? What the fuck did Michael do for 20 years besides sit around in the same overalls and the same mask? Apparently. Did he just sit around eating dogs? Is that all he did? Just chomp down on some dogs for 20 years and then all of a sudden he's like, well, it's the 20th anniversary. I guess I should go track her down and stab her. I'm asking the important questions here. Oh, fuck. He's got himself an old ass truck. LL, stop licking your lips and open the gate. I wonder what the inspiration was for that particular vehicle. That old ass beat up looking truck. There must be something, right? Like, why that? I mean, I'm not saying I didn't see how he took it from the woman earlier in the movie. I'm just saying, why that particular vehicle? Again, I'm asking the hard questions here. Eyes up, Ronnie. You bastard. This kid, he told the guy, you won't get in trouble. He got in trouble. He told his mom, Michael Myers is dead. He's alive. That fucking kid, she had herself a real bad seed there. He ain't too bright. What is this, Hogwarts? Is this fucking Halloween? Is that what the H and H20 stands for? Halloween Hogwarts 20. What's funny about me making that joke is that I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I could be way off. I don't know if that's what Hogwarts looks like. I've seen like one of those movies. And even then, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I was too busy thinking about Halloween to give a fuck about Harry Potter. Who knew I would ever bring up Harry Potter in a Drunkentary? And basically just to say fuck him. Like, it's official. You could quote me on this. Fuck Harry Potter. I'd rather watch Halloween. This is Michelle Williams. She's doing pretty good for herself these days. I remember doing some research on her and reading that she won some kind of financial competition. Some really, I don't understand. It was some kind of competition about you get a certain amount of money, a very low amount of money, and then you have to use like stocks and investments in order to multiply it. And I guess she took a small amount and was able to invest and whatever properly and made a decent amount of money back. So she won a competition for that. Is that weird? That's a thing. Too bad I'm not good with money. Shit, I need to talk to Michelle Williams. Be like, Marilyn Monroe, could you give me some financial advice? Because I'm pretty poor. I'm a poor boy from a poor family. So let's see. This shit came out in '98. It's now 2015. Quite a while ago. Something like 17, 18 years ago. God, I can't believe it's been that long. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Half my life ago. Yeah, it definitely sounds like that concert died down. I should probably not have done this on the weekend. Maybe that's my issue. By the way, for anybody that gives a fuck, it is August 1st, 2015. Now you have some context. Now you'll know that you're in the future. You guys are in the future. I'm talking to you from the past. What can I tell you about what about the past? You know, you should tell me about the future. You should tell me what happens in the future. Oh, look at this. Another good shot of Mike. Far away, kind of mysterious, barely seen, but you could tell it was one of the different masks. There was like 3 masks used in this movie, not to mention the CGI one. Here we got a homage to the school scene from the original Halloween. Laurie is now the teacher. That's cool. That seems appropriate. I could see Laurie being a teacher. She always was the bookworm and stuff, the good girl. So that makes sense. We get just a little taste of the theme. That's nice. They're teasing us with the Halloween theme. I wonder, just randomly, I wonder if there's like a stripper version of the Halloween theme. And I think there should be. I think there should be a stripper version of the Halloween theme. And then I think it should be set to the scenes from True Lies in which Jamie Lee Curtis pole dances and strips. Somebody make that. Do it! If I was a musician, if I knew how to do all that, I probably would do it myself. But maybe I should research it. Maybe there's already a stripper Halloween theme out there. Can you imagine in the strip club? Somebody strip into that. She's like, I'm gonna show you my shape. Oh damn. See, he fucked up again. He should have went to Yosemite. God, this guy is an idiot. I didn't start this commentary with the intent on calling that kid out, but he's made some bad calls. Should have went to Yosemite. I'm just telling you. Lori, get away from the window. You know you're gonna see Michael and Pooh. Stay away from the window, Lori. It's not worth it. Look at that phone. In the time before cell phones. Well, they existed, but they were about as big as that shit. A simpler time. I miss it. Here we got her Janet Leigh, her mother, coming up with the same car from Psycho in the shot. And if you listen closely when she is walking up to the car, you can hear the Psycho theme play in the background. Another homage. There's actually a lot. There's too many for me to actually even point out. There's a lot of horror homages and stuff in here. Janet Leigh, man, she was a hottie back in her time. Now she's a gilf. Okay. Okay. I think that was not appropriate. I apologize to the entire Leigh family that I called Janet Leigh a gilf. She wanted to just turn around and be like, flip her off, Jamie, or Lori, whatever I should call you. You know that she was holding it back. She almost flipped her the bird and said, fuck you. I think she should have called in sick that day. She knew it was Halloween. She should have just been like, I'm going to stay in bed all fucking day. That's what I would do. I love Halloween this season. I would be pissed off if somebody tried to kill me and ruined it for me. Look at these kids on the short bus. The short bus. Michael is over here waiting as if he knew they were all going to leave the school. So he's like, let me just wait for it. All right, there it goes. There they all go. Now I can go stalk my sister. Fucking LL again. He's on a phone that's got a cord. You remember those? It's Eric's flashback time. You remember old stuff? I can't believe this motherfucker didn't die in this movie. Spoiler alert. He doesn't die. Why doesn't he die? Again, I know it's only a matter of time before somebody tells LL about this and he threatens to kick my ass. Whatever. Bring it on, Cool J. This motherfucker was also in Deep Blue Sea, in which he had a music video called My Hat is Like a Shark's Fin. That is some real shit. Look it up if you don't believe me. That was his song. My hat is like a shark's fin. You can tell I'm not a big fan over here. Right here, look at Michael. Michael, stab him! Michael, stab him! You should have stabbed him in the butt. Not in a gay way. not in that kind of way. You just should have stabbed him in the ass just to be like, as a warning to be like, get out of this movie, motherfucker. Who the hell invited you here? If you don't leave, I'll stab you in the other cheek. Way to let the shape in. God, incompetent fool. And you're the security around this place. Apparently, the only security. What is he going to be there all night long? Is he there 24/7? It is a rat and Terry. Get him, Mike. Stab him in the lips. All these stabbing suggestions sound very sexual. I don't mean them that way. I definitely don't mean them that way. Stab him somewhere non-sexual, Mike. In the back. That's a good place. Stab him right in the back. Then he'd be LL Dead J. Oh my god. I better drink some more. I'm sure that's the solution. I'm sure that'll help settle me down. Oh yeah. Good times. Alright. I got another beer here that was already open. From one of my takes that I abandoned. I was like, God damn it. How many times am I going to open a beer to start this Drunkentary? So I already had one open. Now I'm going to drink it. Man, we're already halfway through. Oh, man. Oh, man. Got a Scream 2 reference coming up in a minute. In a few minutes. There, she gonna poo again. This one's straight up diarrhea. Now it's starting to come out. She's trying to stop it. She can't stop it. She's still pooing. Like, God, no, Michael, stop. Making me shit. Look at him. Jump scare. Everybody in this movie's got the same haircut. What the fuck is up with that? Even Michael kind of has that haircut. What the hell? Who's the hairdresser on this movie? Remind me not to hire that person. Wind up looking like what's his name? I already forgot the fucker's name. I can't even remember. Her son, whoever that actor is. Josh Hartnett? Yeah, that's the guy. I remember a big laugh in the theater when they showed a scene from Scream 2. I don't know what the laugh was all about. They just thought it was funny, I guess. Having his nipples pierced. That really wouldn't surprise me. Piercings blew up in the 90s. Here comes another old time story from Eric. Get ready to go back to the past. Back to the 90s. Dude, piercings became like such a huge deal that when it first blew up, people took it too far. And then it kind of evened out after a while, but like when piercings first became like such a huge 90s fucking thing, there would be somebody with like 13 piercings in each ear and each nose, all over the lip and the eyebrow, and just random parts of the fucking face. I mean, maybe it was just the town I grew up in. Oh, she's drinking, that means we should drink. Laura's drinking, everybody drink. I'll get back to my 90s nostalgia in a minute. Even she's getting ready to do a Drunkentary. Alright, what was I saying? Piercings? Oh yeah, that shit got nuts in the 90s, and then it evened out. Now it's not as bad as it was. There was a while there. I'm talking somewhere between 93 and 96. There was just such an explosion that people had like 100 piercings in their face. And then it just evened out and mellowed out a little bit. So I don't know what that was all about. I've never had a piercing or a tattoo in my life. I tried to pierce my ear once, and I couldn't get the needle through. That was a long time. That was back in the day when you could only pierce one ear, and if you pierced the right ear, you were gay. But if you pierced the left ear, you were straight. Does anybody even know what I'm talking about? That was from a long time ago. That is not what I'm talking about right now, which I'm sure my younger listeners are like, what are you saying? This was not just some local thing in my town. This was nationwide across all of society back in like the 80s. Was if you were a male and you pierced your ears, if you had both ears pierced, you were gay. If you pierced your right ear, you were gay. But if you pierced your left ear, you're straight. See how fucking stupid and weird society is? Is it any wonder that I don't care about the rules? The rules never make any sense. I can't even believe... Well, I'm glad that went away. That went away in the 90s. That was like an 80s thing. I'm glad that shit went away. How stupid. I don't even have anything pierced, but I still think that's dumb as fuck. You literally, in the 80s, if you had like your right ear pierced or both ears pierced as a guy, you'd have been called fag and beat up and shit. That's how dumb society is. But now it's all good. Now it's like, oh, everybody's got everything pierced now. Except me. Now we're watching a makeout session. He just wants some action. And of course, she's got to talk about her problems. her problems being that she's emotionally and psychologically damaged from a violent incident in '78. I guess I can't blame her. Look at he just wants some action. He's like, come on, damn it! I thought we were gonna fuck. I brought you a jack-o'-lantern and everything. There was a deleted scene just now. Actually, you know how he showed up with the jack-o'-lantern and stuff, and he's like, I thought we'd do this right. Well, right after that, and right before this, there actually was a scene in here in which he's carving a jack-o'-lantern, and I believe he talks about his own. He had some kind of traumatic childhood experience himself. He tells her the story in order to help loosen her up and help her to then open up to him and tell her story. Shouldn't have been deleted. It's a good scene. It adds merit to the movie. It makes sense that he would do that. It actually gives his character more depth, and you make it makes you like him more. That he did that for her, like because he knew that she needs to talk about this thing, but she wasn't comfortable, so he went through the trouble of telling her about some traumatic thing that he went through, and that helped her to open up to him. Even though it looks like now, the way they cut the movie, they deleted that scene, and it just looks like all he wants is to fuck. See how editing can change a movie? It's true. It's true. Look at him. He's about to poo. I think he's on the verge of poo. Oh, she's drinking. We got to drink. Maybe that's why I like this movie so much. These peeps know how to party. That's right. He did sit in Smith's Grove for 15 years. Then he attacked you one night. and then spent 20 years, I don't know, eating dogs, I guess. Sitting around watching reruns of Sanford and Son, eating dogs. I don't know. Oh, I got this. I gotta blow my nose again. I'm gonna edit that out so you won't hear it. I don't know why I'm telling you. If you weren't gonna hear it, why did I tell you that I was gonna do it? Stoops. Now she's flipping out. She's like, I was right to be paranoid for 20 years. Because he's back. She was been waiting for this. Of course, she's got a gun that's useless. Loomis proved that. And the fact that he got blown up in a hospital and still survived. Oh, she almost shot it. Like, you should have pulled the trigger. And for anybody that is curious, I don't know if anybody is or why you would be. Or, I don't even know exactly why I know this, but LL Cool J stands for Ladies Love Cool J. So, let's test that theory. All the ladies in the house say, "Oh." No, seriously. Any of you ladies out there just love the Cool J? Huh? Now's your chance to represent. I'm telling you, they should have had Iggy Pop in the movie and Alice Cooper. And Manson was huge at the time. Why didn't they include Manson in this movie? Now it's about to begin. Now, once it gets started right here, for the next 29 minutes, this movie flies, dude. It moves. It is kind of a short movie in the sense that it's like 86 minutes long. I even remember thinking that in the theater after seeing it. I was like, whoa, it's already over? Holy shit, it does. It is a little bit shorter than your average movie. So there's that, but it's just the fact that from this part on out, the movie just moves. Pacing really picks up. All this stuff, classic Steve Miner right here. The whole bit with the garbage disposal, classic Steve Miner. I like it, dude. That's what I mean about Steve. That's why I like his stuff. Guy knows how to make a good, entertaining popcorn flick. But, of course, again, another kill we don't necessarily see, but we do see the aftermath. Oh, shit. Look at that CGI mask. Oh, terrible. Now, all right, we should talk about that real quick, the whole mask thing. You can, if you watch this movie, you can see like multiple different kinds of masks used, and you can see the one that they chose originally for this movie was, I don't know, it looked a little too sleek, a little too smooth. So then when they did like some testing, showed an audience some of the early footage, people complained about the mask. So then that's when they had to go back and make another one and refilm some scenes, and some scenes they couldn't refilm, so they had to use CGI. Unfortunately, the whole mask fiasco was a disaster, but that's what they get for trying to use that shitty, smooth-looking, I don't know, that the original one that they chose for this movie, it does look a little weird. Ooh, gross. Well, at least we know he got his throat slit, probably with the wine opener. Oh, you're gonna get it now, bitch. Oh, you're gonna get it now. Yeah, Mike, get her. Oh, this part, all this stuff. This is what I mean about Steve Miner, man. Guy makes a fucking good movie. He knows how to do it. It's like first I'm gonna have a whole scene in there with a garbage disposal that'll get people on edge. Then I'll have a scene in there with this lift thing going on, and then her getting her leg cut. That'll people will love that shit. Guy knows how to make a good movie. And then like the scene coming up with the keys and the gate. He just knows how to do shit. I'm just kissing Steve Miner's ass. So after I get beat up by LL Cool J, maybe Steve Miner will give me a job. So you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? That was Creed playing just now with the song "What's This Life For." I always did like Creed. I liked their music, even though a lot of people give them a hard time for being Christian. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. If you make good art, that's all that matters. So I always, even in fact, because of this movie, listening to that particular song, "What's This Life For," always brought me back to Halloween H20. This is the bomb right here. This is Pimp Mike, where he pushes her down with his foot. He's like, "Get down there, bitch. You're about to get stabbed up." That's Pimp Mike. Look at him. It's like, "This is what I do best." Oh, it was an honor to stab you. You gotta love it. Pimp Myers. She got mired. Bringing it back. Bringing it back from about 45 minutes ago when I first said it. Bitch got mired. What Michael really needs to do is take his butcher's knife and fix this guy's hair. Because that shit looks like a dead animal on his head. I'm telling you, fire the hairdresser for this fucking movie. I like the look of that blood. I like that it's not overly red. It's not overly dark. Kind of looked like real blood. Don't ask me how I know what blood looks like all over the floor. Don't ask. Just trust me. Just trust me on that one. You ask too many questions, that's how you get stabbed up. I'll show you what blood looks like if you ask too many questions, you know what I'm saying? It ain't called the death twitch for nothing. She got jacked the fuck up. Michael really didn't like this girl. Who's that? That's Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike came for a family reunion. Don't be afraid, he just wants to put his blade in your body. If you don't fight it, it's not that big a deal. But if you resist, this part right here, I'll never forget how confused I was at this part. Honestly, I was just praising the editing, but right here it moves too quick. Where I'm always like, what the fuck just happened? He just jumps out, boom, and then I was always like confused, like what the hell just happened? I'm gonna stab you right in the thigh. Why the thigh? I don't know. He could have stabbed him somewhere more permanent, doing some permanent damage, but whatever. In the leg, that's all right. He stabbed Lori in the arm the first time. He can't be that bad of an aim. He's not, because anybody else he stabs him and kills him. But certain characters, he's just like, I'll just get your arm, I'll just get your leg. I think he's fucking with him. He's like, I want to see this fucker hobble away. I'm going to follow his trail of blood, and then I'm going to stab him. Then I'll stab him to death. He's ruthless. Right here, this whole scene, even I am pooing right now. I'm sorry if that sounds gross, if that's too much information for you. It's true. This is the tension right now. I'm straight pooing. Oh fuck, this is so good. It's so good. Oh my god, they're all so... I'd be so afraid if that was me. And then he picks up the keys. Ugh, it's too much, I can't even handle it. I completely just emptied my bowels. TMI, I know, but hey, I keep it real. Ah, so good. He's looking at her like, been waiting 20 years for this, but now I'm gonna vanish. Because even though I've been waiting 20 years, I can wait a few more minutes. Gotta keep the mystery alive by vanishing before somebody looks back. That's what he does. He did that same shit in the original Halloween with the clothesline. Try to live. That's probably one of the best lines in the whole fucking movie because it's true. I love that. That's one of the things I like about this movie. As a character, she's evolved and changed because of the experience. So she knows that the best you can do is just try to live. Yeah, shoot LL. Shoot him. I'll have to retitle this Halloween H20 Drunkentary, or Eric really doesn't like LL Cool J very much. Kind of has some kind of grudge there. Oh, this part sounds like they're having sex. Listen. Listen. Oh, stabbed in the back. That's what I told you to do to Cool J. Why are you saving it for that guy? Stabbed right in the back. Oh my god. It's the second time she dropped the F-bomb. Look at the fucking size of that knife. Dude, they don't even... I don't even know if they actually make butcher's knives that big. That's a huge motherfucking knife. Okay, that was slapstick. that was slapstick right there. And look at the way he's sitting. He looks like... Oh, this part right here. Oh, this part. This is when I was... The acid was kicking in the hardest. Right now, I was looking at the screen and I was like, oh my god. I might die just from watching this. I'll never forget that night, dude. What was I thinking? What the hell was I thinking? It was worth it. Stick by that. Again, don't try this at home, but totally worth it. Look at how they keep them in the dark and the shadows so much of the time. That's how you do it right. Look at that. Backlit him. No front lights. You can't just see every detail of Michael Myers. He's mysterious. He's the boogeyman again. Go, Lori. Go. Unless you want to get stabbed. You don't want to get stabbed, do you? Coming up right here, we got a reference to Scream, which was a reference to the original Halloween. It's like Inception. It's like horror Inception. There's too many references here for me to... Just look it up. I'm not even in the mood to explain it. It's a reference to Scream, which was a reference to Halloween. I'm telling you, it's horrorception. Horror Inception. It's like a reference within a reference within a reference. This was written by Kevin Williamson, wasn't it? I guess that would explain a few things. Oh wait, here we go. Listen to it. There's the soundtrack. Look at it. This is the best, dude. This is the best. To see Laurie Strode pick up a fucking axe and challenge Michael to a showdown? Tell me that's not the best shit ever. Franchise should have ended here. Now I'm getting all crazy. Come on, this is the best way you ever could have ended the Halloween franchise. This is why I was so pumped about this movie. I was like, Laurie Strode is going to pick up an axe and fucking challenge Michael Myers to a showdown. Oh my god, it's too good to be true. Look, she's so pissed. She's like, I'm done with this shit. Michael, you shove this axe up your fucking ass. I believe it too. She'd been preparing for 20 years. Well, he's been sitting around eating dogs. Yeah. You just stabbed her in the same spot. Even she's like, seriously? Really? You just stabbed me in the same arm? He doesn't keep the axe though. He doesn't need that shit. Fuck this axe. I got a big ass butcher's knife. Look at him. He's ready. He's ready for this. He's like, I've been waiting. You've been waiting. Let's do this shit. I motherfucking love this movie. Apparently, that was beer number 4. Because like I said, I started drinking before I started the Drunkentary. About to open number 5 up in here. Michael is a sneaky little ninja. How did he get on top of that table? Damn you, Michael. Who taught him these skills? I must know. Come on, Laurie. Look at him. He's so angry. I love it. I think this Michael, as much as I do love, and I will always stand by the fact that I think Nick Castle in the original Halloween was the best version of Michael Myers. But I do like this Michael because he's so aggressive. He's so fucking pissed off. A little bit of a Kane Hodder Jason influence. It looks like how Kane always portrayed Jason as being so angry. This Michael is he's just done with it. He's like, I've been shot and stabbed and burnt. Why are you throwing knives at me? It ain't gonna do shit. Look at this right here. The way he gets the thing off it. He's like so angry. Get that shit off my fucking knife. I'm trying to stab somebody over here. This part right here. She stabs his ass. And I was wrong, but when I originally watched this movie, I seen it wrong. She stabbed him a bunch of times, and then he falls off the thing. Just like right now, he's fallen. Boom, hit the table. And they show her holding the knife, and the first time I saw this, I didn't see the blade. It's there. But in my mind, I was like, oh my god, she stabbed him so hard she broke the blade off in his body. That's hardcore. I was wrong, but man, just the thought of that, like that she stabbed him so hard she just broke the blade. That'd have been cool. Unfortunately, I think nobody really would have understood that that's what would have happened. If they actually tried to make that a part of the movie, I think people would have been confused. But in my mind, I was like, that's the coolest shit ever. Turns out I was wrong, because I was on acid. I was on acid and seeing things. Whatever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I can't believe it's almost over already. Oh my god! And then who comes along to ruin this moment? none other than fucking LL Cool J. He's dead. He's dead. No, you know what? He's not. Let her do what she was going to do. God damn you, LL. What a dick, dude. She's trying to have some kind of revenge going on here. Taking care of a problem. Yeah, I can't believe this motherfucker didn't die in this movie. And you know what? Somebody's going to be like, you're a racist. You only wanted him to die because he was black. No, I just think he's annoying. That's all. It really doesn't even have anything to do with that. I'm just saying that because of the way the fucking our society has become. Somebody will be like, it's because he's black. No, it ain't. It's because I think his character is annoying. Look at her. She's a take charge kind of heroine. I love that shit. Got me an axe and a fucking gun. Fuck all you. I'm gonna go kill this motherfucker and you'll thank me later. That's what she's saying. You'll thank me for this. Trust me. So I had basically chills running down my spine when I saw this ending. When she finishes him off. That sounded wrong. That didn't sound right. Especially considering they're brother and sister. Let's not cross that line tonight, okay? I know I'm drunk, but let's leave that line alone. But when she chops his head off, I was trying to avoid spoilers. Surely you've seen this before. She chops his head off, okay? Damn it, I spoiled it for you. When that happens, when I saw this in the theater, dude, I couldn't even believe what I just saw. And the entire theater erupted in applause, including myself. I was like, hell fucking yeah. The balls that it took to just end your franchise like that on such a badass note. I was blown away. Imagine if they had actually left it at that. The legacy of this movie and this whole franchise. Since 1998, we've only had 3 more Halloweens. Resurrection, don't even get me started. Shit all over everything. Fucking Resurrection just took a steaming pile of shit all over every fucking thing. And then Rob Zombie's movies. You either like them or you don't. I'm sort of 50-50. But I could have lived without any of those 3. This could have been the last Halloween as far as I was concerned. To this day, I'd be like, damn, you remember how they ended the franchise? The balls! One of the many times where I talk about balls. But this time I'm talking about them in a good way. Mike's about to get fucked up by the van. Oh, shit. You serves you right, Michael. You instigated this. You brought this on yourself. God damn, the movie's almost over. Here comes the best part. Oh my god, the best shit ever. About to happen. I better drink my beer. That's how I'm going to prepare for this awesome scene. Hams is a good beer. Even though it's one of those cheap ones, it's cheap. Wow, my voice changed. Hey, I just had puberty. Congratulations to me. But Hams is fucking good, dude. It is. For a cheap beer, I recommend Hams. Which is a weird name for a beer, but don't let the name stop you. It's pretty good. I like this. Look at how fucked up she is. She can barely walk over there to do this. Here's another instance where I was confused when I first saw the movie. I thought he had already lost his head because you don't see it right in this shot. I was like, oh my god, he lost his head. And then he didn't. And then I still didn't see this coming. Even he was grabbing his face like, did I lose my head? You're about to. Oh, excuse you. What a prick. I mean, I like me some Michael Myers, but look at him now. He's gonna be like, "Help me, please help, please." Oh my god! Even though I've been trying to kill you for 20 years, now that I'm stuck, please give me a hand. Fuck you, Michael. You prick. Watch this. She looks in his eyes and she sees pure evil. And she's like, "Fuck you." She's like, "I ain't buying it." And here's the end of the Halloween franchise. Bam. Oh my god, I couldn't believe what I seen, dude. Best scene ever. If they had left it at that, imagine the legacy. And then they start playing the music. It's the dude. I still got chills down my spine. Why could that have not been the end? God, I can't believe it's over already. That movie passes by too quick. Too damn quick. But we still got some credits. So we can have a few more drinks. Well, not a few more drinks, but we'll have a few more sips. Wrap this shits up. I hope that I wasn't too obnoxious. Like I said, I started this way more drunk than I usually am. I feel like I did all right. I got in the groove of it. Just enjoyed a good movie. Thanks for watching with me. As always, thanks for getting drunk and watching a movie with me. What did you think of Halloween H20? Was it, did you like it? Did you not like it? I know most people do. There's some peeps out there that aren't a big fan of it. But, yeah, I don't know. I put it on my list. I always put it at number 3. Halloween 1, Halloween 2, H20. And then I'd put like Halloween 3 and then 4 after that. That would be my list. Like I said, there was some production problems. There was problems with the mask, but in the end, I really truly think that they were able to pull out a good movie. And throughout the whole thing, I could see different masks, and it's a little bit distracting once you notice that. In this scene, there's a certain Michael mask, and then the next scene, it's a different one. It's a little distracting. But as far as like putting together a coherent movie with what you've got, whether it's flawed or not, nothing but respect, and I think they did a good job. I guess I should stop kissing this movie's ass already. Because that's what I've been doing the whole time. But yeah, big fan. Like I said, it came along at just the right time in my life. And then because of my little experimentation with drugs and horror, it'll stick with me for the rest of my life. Oh, God. Well, thanks for watching with me, guys. I guess we've just about covered the whole Halloween series. Now the only ones left to do are the Rob Zombie's Halloween and then Rob Zombie's H2. I'll probably wind up doing Drunkentaries for those. Why not? Why the fuck not? Because I give Rob Zombie's remakes a hard time a little bit, but I can find some enjoyment in it. There's some positives going on in there, so I'm sure at some point I will do a Drunkentary for those, but I do have to get back into the Friday the 13th franchise because I have only done 4. Got to get back into doing some Drunkentaries for those. It's so hot. I need to go turn the fan on, drink a beer, and relax. So fucking bad at ending these. I always am. What can I possibly say to end this Drunkentary? Except, thanks for listening. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. I'm gonna say, may the force be with you. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything. I'm just terrible at ending stuff. I'm that guy that you can never like end your conversation with because he's always like awkward about it. In fact, this is what happened with when I met Charles Cyphers at Frightmare 2010. The whole reason I stayed at his booth for too long is because I didn't know how to end it and just walk away. And eventually he had to be like, hey, get a move on. So you know what? Fuck that. In the words of Charles Cyphers, Sheriff Brackett himself, I'm going to get a move on. Peace out, motherfuckers.